Alright, so I'm going to see Life with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds, and this ain't my car. Who the hell are you?
I'm Shane. You know, we've known each other since high school. And we're here to see Power Rangers?
No, we're not. I don't give a shit about Power Rangers.
What do you mean?
I don't give a rat's ass about Power Rangers. I didn't watch Power Rangers when I was a kid.
Yeah, but it's a good show. This movie looks pretty cool. Haven't you seen the trailer for it?
No. Alright, fine. That looks pretty badass.
See, I told you.
Alright, I guess we're going to see Power Rangers instead.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know anything about this show. I never watched it as a kid. More often than not, it was just kind of the show that, back before the old days of streaming, we had to actually sit and wait for our television shows to come on. And that usually meant watching another television show that we didn't want to watch. And for me, that was Power Rangers. I wanted to watch what was after Power Rangers. So I would usually catch like the last 30 minutes or something like that. So I'm going into this movie a complete blank slate. What about you?
Yeah, you see, I'm the complete opposite as you. I'm the one that watched the Power Rangers and then stopped watching TV for the thing that came on after it, pretty much.
Is this like one of your biggest anticipated movies of the year?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. I've watched the trailers for them like a bajillion times.
The show had this very kind of cheesy, very cheesy nature. And the new movie looks like it's taking the more dark and serious route. Do you think they'll have a little bit of cheese factor in it, or do you think it'll be completely played straight?
Honestly, I'm hoping they have a little bit of cheesiness in it. Maybe not too much, but like maybe a small handful of things just to, you know, keep the feel of Power Rangers in it.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping they have a little bit of cheese factor too. I mean, it gives it a little bit of more of an entertainment factor. I'm not a really big fan of this whole like, let's be dark and serious just for being dark and serious sake. Like, we need to be taken seriously. It's like, no, you're the Power Rangers. Like, like it's a ridiculous enough concept as it is.
Totally.
Just go with it. So anyway, that's our thoughts going in on Power Rangers. I don't know what to expect from it. Hopefully it's good. He's obviously very excited about it.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully it lives up to the hype for you, bud.
Me too.
All right, let's go see this bitch.
All right.
It's a lot of gold.
This is your destiny.
Okay, so we just got out of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
What did you think?
To be honest, it went pretty much how I thought it would.
Yeah?
Yeah. I didn't think it was super awesome, and I didn't think it was bad. It felt kind of in the middle.
My main complaint with it, which I wrote down here, was that it suffers from the main origin story flaw, where it's just like, oh, we're going to take our time revealing what you really want. We got to build up to it. We got to show how they become that. It's like everything building up to what we want to see really wasn't all that great, but when it did do what we wanted to see, it was good.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely very good. There was lots of character growth in this movie. Like, a lot.
Yeah, I didn't think the characters were all that strong, to be honest.
No?
No, it's basically the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Did you see the Breakfast Club?
Yeah, I saw
It's like,
the movie.
okay, you got the nerd, you got the rebel, you got the odd chick, the chick that just kind of keeps her distance, you got the preppy chick, you got the jock. They're kind of bland and boring. Although I get the feeling the film tries.
It does.
To make them interesting. Especially in that campfire scene.
Yeah, when they were all like talking deep to each other and whatnot.
Yeah, and they were sharing their secrets and they were basically like confessing who they were to each other. And that's good. That's where I think this film does at least a little bit better here than it does in like the Michael Bay Transformers or like the G.I. Joe movies.
Yeah.
Where it's like this one is at least focused more on character than it is action and spectacle.
Yeah, and explosions and stupid jokes and whatnot.
At least this one is more about the team than it is the actual Power Rangers themselves. I like the one guy that they had, the Billy.
Yeah.
I thought he was a fun character.
He he told lots of jokes throughout the
Yeah,
movie.
he was a good, excellent source of humor. I like that they put him on the autism spectrum. Or that he even flat out says, he's like, I'm on the spectrum. And they make a little joke out of it. I thought that was really cool. What did you think of Rita?
She was a little more over the top than I thought she would be.
Okay.
But, like...
Is that a good thing?
I don't think it's totally a bad thing, because, like, it kind of stays true to her character, because like I said in the show, she's over the top, especially when it comes to her dialogue, and they had it seem like she, was so powerful that she just could act any way she wanted, and it's just, she could always feel like
she was in control.
Exactly. Yeah. She's just so in control that she's just kind of drowning in her own confidence in a way.
That's true. That's very true. That's actually a lot better than what I thought, because I thought, honestly, she was very bland as a villain.
Yeah.
I never really thought of that.
Well, I find that...
I thought she was very one note. It's like, oh, what is she going after? She just wants more power.
Yeah, she's... Her motivation's very generic, that's for sure, and it's not really like fleshed out at all. It's just like
here's the bad guy, you need to beat the bad guy.
Yeah, they just say this is what she's doing, and you have to stop her from doing it.
Yeah.
It felt like the show, really. Like the villains don't have any deep motivation. It's just they're just evil and they want power.
Okay.
So
at least in that aspect, it's faithful to the show.
Yeah.
I felt personally that it was serious in some moments and then really, really goofy in others, but I didn't think it walked that line very well.
Yeah.
There was times where it tried to be goofy and gross out, and like the first joke of the movie is the cow.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised that they threw a joke like that in
and
there,
I
to
was
be honest.
like, that's gross out humor that you'd see in like the Michael Bay Transformers.
Yeah. To me, this movie felt like they were taking the show and kind of like making it a more mature-ish theme in a way, pretty much, which is what it felt like from like when I saw the first trailer for it. It to me felt like Power Rangers for a more mature audience.
Well, obviously, I mean, most of the Power Rangers fan base has kind of grown up now, so it kind of makes sense that you would play with the fact that you can do a little bit more grown up things, like the cow joke, and like when she goes swimming and she takes her shirt off, and I'm like, oh, there's your PG-13 fantasy boys.
Yep, right there.
One of the things that I noticed was that there's so many times these guys get superpowers, and there's so many times they're doing these amazing spectacles in plain sight. And all I could think of was like, how come the camera's not cutting to that one guy that looks at this and is like,
what the is going on? Yeah.
Like, is really nobody paying that much attention to them?
Yeah.
Because like, there's this one scene where like they're fighting over a donut. And there's one scene where they're flicking pieces of paper at each other.
Yeah, across the room, and like no one's noticing that it's happening.
Not a single person is noticing it in this entire restaurant or this entire detention school. This whole town is just oblivious.
Yeah.
What did you think of the soundtrack?
There were a few songs that you'd hear on the radio that they put in certain spots that I don't completely thought should have been there to begin with.
No, I don't. I think there's definitely like, oh, we need to have soundtrack music in a sense, where it's just like, oh, this song's popular, so let's just throw that in there.
Yeah. Well, I loved how they actually fit the Power Rangers theme song.
They did. They had your Power Rangers theme. You got really excited about that.
I went all fanboy when that happened. And actually, they didn't play it for very long.
No, they didn't. It was literally just kind of like a here you go, guys. And then
that's exactly what it was. I was like, I was hoping that I would hear it again, like when they're about to win and whatnot. But
yeah, or even like that would have been a better song to go out on during the opening credits. You know? Or not the opening credits, the final credits. What song was playing at the final credits? It was like it was like, oh, Hey, whatever that song is. I want to talk about the direction of this film.
Okay.
Because one of the things that I notice is that the director of this film really is trying to make this look not as generic as it is.
Mhm.
There's a lot of scenes where it's like, okay, that's really like a really cool shot, or like that's
Mhm.
the way it's composed and stuff like that. Like there's this great the opening car chase where literally the whole camera is in the back seat.
Yeah.
And it's one take, and it's all just rotating around the action.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's really cool. It feels like it didn't feel like he was just phoning it in a sense. It felt like he was trying to find new and inventive ways to show that, especially with like when they're walking through the waterfall thing.
Yeah.
Or even the fight scenes are well choreographed and well shot. I don't think it's a great movie, but I do think that they at least tried, and you can definitely feel the effort that they put into it.
Yeah.
As a fan of Power Rangers, what did you think of it?
I thought it was a good movie. I thought that it's a movie that's made more so for Power Ranger fans than the casual moviegoer. But I think you should go into the movie with an open mind, not like have high expectations, because if you do, I feel like they might be a bit let down. Because I'll admit, I had tiny.
You have very high expectations
For certain aspects of it, not for the whole thing, but certain aspects that weren't completely satisfied.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's a movie that I think you will enjoy to watch.
Yeah. Would you recommend going and see it in theaters?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
All right. Okay, fair enough. Me personally, I think it was okay. Like I said, you gotta give props for the effort that went into it, and they definitely tried to do. They tried to make a good movie. But honestly, it's just kind of, I was never really a big Power Rangers fan going into it, and I'm certainly not a big Power Rangers fan coming out. It didn't make me feel hype or anything for the Power Rangers. It didn't make me want to go out and watch the TV show or do anything like that. Would I recommend going to see it in theaters? Probably not. I would, but you know what? I would recommend probably watching it on Netflix or picking up a DVD copy or renting it. It's definitely worth checking out at least once. Anyway, that's our thoughts. I'm the Mass Movie Reviewer.
I'm Shane.
This is Shane. And we'll see you on the next one.